नमस्कार, येवकार तुमकां हब गजाली कार्यावळीन आतांच वेस्ट बेंगाल आणि बाकीचे 4 स्टेट विच इन्क्लूड्स तमिळनाडू, पुडुचेरी हांचे रिजल्ट्स आउट जाले आणि आमी 2 टिपिकली रिजल्ट्स पळयताय वेस्ट बेंगालचे की TMC आतां थंय ना, BJP आयली आणि लँडस्लायड विक्ट्री जाल्ली आसा आणि दुसरे वटेन तामिळनाडू विशीं उलयता आसतना स्टारडम फॅक्टर हो सद्या थंय स्कोर केला आणि TVK स्टँड्स म्हणजे विजय थलपती बिकम्स नेक्स्ट CM हे आतां थोड्या वेळान एनावन्स जावपाक शकता. एक डिस्क्लेमर घालता, सद्या आमी जेन्ना शूट करतात तेन्ना जे आमकां फिगर्स मेळ्ळा ते आमी सकयल घालतले, पुणून हेजे नंतर फिगर्स चेंज जावपाक शकता जेन्ना दीस डिबेट वील गो ऑन एअर. आतां ही डिबेट आमी बाकीच्या न्यूज चॅनलांनी पळयलें की नॅशनली तांणी एनालायज केलें की कित्याक लागून हें सगळें जाल्लें आसा म्हणून, पुणून म्हटलें गोंयच्या पर्स्पेक्टिवांतल्यान ह्या विशयाचेर उलोवपा खातीर म्हणजे ह्या सगळ्या इलेक्शनांतल्यान गोंयान कितें शिकपाक जाय आनी गोंयच्या राजकारणान कितें बदलाव जावपाक शकता ह्या विशयाचेर उलोवपा खातीर आमच्या मदीं आसा 2 पॅनलिस्ट, एडवोकेट सिद्धार्थ सामंत, पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट, आणि आमचे बरोबर आसा इंक गोवाचे फाउंडर एंड एडिटर सुजय गुप्ता. I appeal everyone to follow Ink Goa right now, INKGOA. This is a latest youngest news channel right now for Goa. So I'll start with you. तुमकां दिसता की with all these things there will be recalibration of Goa's politics now?
Recalibration in a sense, BJP again will go with lot of positivity. There is always a kind of behavior that everybody wants to join the bandwagon. People wants to be on the winning side. So that positivity and people siding with somebody who is victorious is always a positive sentiment. But if you see Goa's politics right from beginning, even from emergency time also, Goa has its own unique individual issues that is centered to Goa. भायल्या लोकांचे पॉलिटिक्स, भायल्या लोकांचे इन अ सेन्स अदर स्टेट्स व्हडलेशे अफेक्ट गोंयान जायना. अल्टिमेटली देर आर, इफ यू हॅव सीन फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स इन पर्टिक्युलर सेक्शन ऑफ गोवा, पर्टिक्युलर पीपल हॅव देअर वेट अँड ते कायम निवडून येतात इरिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ वेदर दीस पार्टी ऑर दॅट पार्टी. सो ते समीकरण हे चलतलेच. बट येस, opposition will have to rethink their strategy. They will
considering the results.
Yes, there will be a great pressure on them either to join together or perish for opposition. And for BJP, it will be a they'll be going to vote with going to elections with lot of positivity. It's a winning machine. They will be going with will be showing to the people their winning machine. And overall, ultimately, when your actual elections will be declared, it will be only local issues which are central to Goa. The candidates which are being selected for the purpose of contesting, their performance and overall governance, what people feel about who should rule Goa.
Okay, we'll discuss more about it. Shujay, do you think we need to recalibrate right now as far as Goa's politics is concerned? Because there are one common factor in Tamil Nadu and West Bengal, because I have chosen these 2 states. One is that they have rejected the current government. So now, considering Goa's scenario, do you think that they will have to rethink, recalibrate, reposition the entire politics?
See, I'll look at it this way, and my explanation is very simple. See, unlike other states, Goa is going through a phase where there is an opposition to the BJP. I'm not saying there is a groundswell of anger, but there is a groundswell of anger in certain areas, because people are upset with the manner in which land is being completely sold, the manner in which certain draconian acts have come in, the entire TCP agitation against 39A. People's protests going all over the place. There are protests with regard to the Southwestern Railways, double tracking. But as we've all seen as journalists here, all these appear to be big issues, and they are very serious people's issues. But when it actually comes to voting, you do not see the entire state vote because of these issues. Every issue becomes a local issue of that particular area. And in the last 2 elections, the Congress as the principal opposition party, of course in 2017 it got 16 seats, 17 seats, and then in the next election it got only about 11 seats. But Here, Goa is absolutely unique. Even when there is an opposition, that opposition breaks and moves completely to the ruling party, which means that even the opposition politics or even people's anger, which reflects in the Congress or any opposition party getting some seats, that ultimately becomes absolutely null and void because of this whole issue of defection politics, which is Goa's defective politics, which ultimately has become the template. So this loss of the opposition or the TMC in Bengal will have only one effect, and that is a very natural effect. The opposition in Goa, which was trying to create some kind of pressure or planning to have a stronger united force and have other parties coming in and fighting together. Of course, there is another debate on how genuine those efforts are and whether they really want unity or not. That's a different topic. We won't get into that now. But I will say that the entire morale or the entire confidence that the opposition had or were trying to have in trying to formulate an anti-BJP strategy, that will take a bit of beating. And the reason why it will take a bit of beating is also because this may have crept into their mind saying, look, if a giant like the TMC can be defeated, then it is an uphill situation. However, I mean, in the sense that...
So you mean to say it is demoralizing for opposition right now?
It is demoralizing for the opposition if they kind of give up completely. There are two ways of looking at it. Either they right now, as of today, see, we are still very fresh. The results are not even officially out. So these are initial reactions. There will be
no, but that is one thing is clear that TMC has lost and their TVK is forming the government.
There is no doubt about these two states. Also, if I may, the TMC losing, I wouldn't say it is a huge anti-incumbency in Bengal which has made TMC lose, because if that is the case, the TMC wouldn't have got about 43-44% votes, only 3% behind the BJP. When anti-incumbency actually happens, it's a sweep where the vote percentage also changes by a large extent. Undoubtedly, the BJP has got a large number of seats. But what has happened there is that it's not really anti-incumbency. It's a question of certain tactics that the BJP had at the ground, SIR being one and something else. But at the same time, and this is very important, I'll link it to Goa, is that the youth of Bengal, and I'm not only talking of the youth of Bengal in Bengal, but the youth of Bengal outside Bengal, their aspirations took a different turn. They did not want to vote for the TMC. The youth has voted a lot in favor of the BJP, not because they want to play Hindutva politics, but the perception is that if you align with the BJP, you may be in a situation where you may have a greater opportunity with regard to employment, with regard to jobs, with regard to entrepreneurship.
So this entire agenda of a double engine
has worked. But I'm not even saying whether it's correct or not correct, because it's another matter.
But it clicked according to
the perception clicked that ultimately you can log on to the so-called development engine or the progressive engine better if you do not.
Rather than alienating yourself.
Which is why the BJP has won seats in the earlier TMC bastion. They won in South Bengal. They won in Calcutta seats, which nobody could win except.
Okay, I'll come to you. But before that, to set a tone here, before we started our debate, there was this tweet by Vijay Sardesai, wherein Vijay Sardesai had said, just a minute, I'm just checking these tweets where I'm just okay, there was a tweet by Vijay Sardesai wherein he has spoken about how the opposition should behave. Just give me a second, I'm sorry for this. So wherein okay, I'm not getting it, but wherein he had said that while in what he means to say is that while on one side I don't agree with the results of West Bengal, we wanted it to be different, but he also says that it is also a signal for opposition parties in Goa that you all should get together now.
That is what I said in fact. See, पहिली गोष्ट म्हणजे as far as Bengal this is concerned, the way BJP and the entire Parivar managed the elections, they ran it into a thoroughly professional campaign. पहिली त्यांच्यानी SIR केलो, जे नोन BJP वोट घालचे ना म्हणून आशिल्ले आनी जे भायले लोक आशिल्ले तांकां पयलीं तांणी भायर काडले. then each strategy was not for entire Bengal, for each constituency a tailor-made formula was. So therefore, in spite of being vote gap of just 4% or 5%, less than that, they have managed to get something like 200 seats and a difference of almost 80-90 seats. Now this is possible only because when you select a candidate in a particular day, then you see what is the composition of voters, and then act your, play your cards accordingly. This is what has happened, if you ask me, in Bengal. Why this happens? Because BJP takes every election very seriously, and their approach towards any election is very professional, entire study. Then they have a great machinery. who पन्ना प्रमुख एक म्हणजे forget about constituency, just 30 names or 40 houses with in कितले एका मनशाक अलॉट करतात ते just 40 houses or 30 houses. And how do we know?
This is in West Bengal. We are talking about current Goa's perspective.
Now, Goa's perspective is also going to be same. BJP's the thorough planning, proper professional approach, right selection of candidates, and fractured opposition is going to be the key for the upcoming elections. If you ask me, BJP of course will have upper hand. There is no doubt about it. They are in spite of being in power for last 15 years, अशी anti-incumbency अशी दिसना. Now, Sujay Bap brought
you don't see anti-incumbency?
I don't see at all. On the contrary, I see a lethargy in opposition. They are dragging their legs almost on every issues. There are so many issues which really can be taken to streets.
I can see
in fact, more than the failure of government, it is the failure of the opposition that you see on many of the issues. One thing I would like to now, these all land related issues, all these issues are very important. But from 2001 to 2000 now, whatever I have seen that land related conversion was an issue in 2001 also. Subsequent बाबूश बिगूस झालं, त्याच्यावर भयंकर एलिगेशन झाले. Thereafter BJP government आले, परत एलिगेशन झाले. पण not once has he lost election. So these land related issues do not percolate in terms of change of voting.
Do not translate into anti-incumbency.
And neither anti-incumbency, neither electorally. These are electorally.
But
these are very important issues. That doesn't mean that these are very.
Can BJP of Bengal be Congress in Goa?
See, I agree with Tutor on one count. Is that the opposition here in Goa is completely fractured. With regard to, and I'll come to the Goa, your direct question. See, in Goa, the issue is in 2007 the Congress won. In 2012, Parikar came on a corruption issue.
Yeah.
The corruption issue. In 2017, Congress was almost on the verge of winning. They did fantastically well because it was an anti-BJP vote, and you know what happened. Ultimately, because of few seats, and then the BJP managed to do its Operation Lotus, and it went. And then the opposition slowly got fractured. So there has certainly been a decline of the opposition from 2016-27 onwards, and this decline is mainly due to the dishonesty of the opposition. We need an honest opposition in Goa, because before we talk of a unified opposition, we need an honest opposition, which means that the Congress, the RGP, the AAP, and the Goa Forward Party need to put their hands on their hearts and decide who is the biggest enemy. Is it all about maintaining power or being close to power or being B teams of those in power more important than fighting for a Goa and bringing an alternative? This is what the Congress has to decide. And the issue is that everybody has to decide. And ultimately, until and unless you have a united opposition, it is literally impossible to defeat the BJP unless the people of Goa have a huge change of heart and said, come what may, we will vote for only one party which we feel is genuine. I mean, the issue is the Vijai Thalapathy factor that happened in Tamil Nadu has happened after a long time when people were completely fed up. But in an en masse, the young people and others saw a charismatic leader or a hero who they could go.
And this Vijay Thalapathy factor is not a very long drawn thing. He started
these things happen
recently, and then
yes, these things happen in the manner in which Congress won Telangana also is because there was a complete surge of support for the chief minister, current chief minister, Revant Reddy.
So now with a few months left for
Yeah.
Goa elections, the basic question on which we have titled our debate: can there be a Vijay Thalapathy in Goa?
That name is very interesting.
Yeah.
But we see, the issue is, it's not about whether there can be a Vijay Thalapathy in Goa or not. Firstly, I don't see one individual managing this in the next 3 to 4 months, unless the entire people of Goa, not just young people of Goa, who are cumulatively decide that a change is needed. That wave can happen when there is a cumulative decision. In Goa, as we all know, that does not happen. Money power plays a part. Then personal relationships play a part. The only way the BJP can be defeated in Goa is if there is a united opposition and there is no fragmentation of votes. That is the only way. Because otherwise what's going to happen is vote fragmentation will not allow a consolidation of seats large enough. And the issue here is, and this has to be a pre-poll alliance. Because if it is not pre-poll, then all these parties can go anywhere as soon as
After the elections. Can there be a Vijay Thalapathy in Goa?
I doubt whether there can be a Vijay Thalapathy. I don't think a single person galvanizing anything in Goa. Yes, united opposition would mean something, but unfortunately what happens with united opposition is, what kind of an alliance is this? Anchi philosophy kire alliance achi. What are there, on what policy they are coming together? Last time also I had raised this issue. Now, take for example, AAP and Congress. Can they really come together? Can they really come together in Goa and then contest against each other in Delhi, against each other in nationally, against
Punjab
each other in
especially.
Punjab?
Right.
So therefore, they cannot be taken seriously. I had said it last time also. Anche wangada khawpacho, khawpacho jenna time yeta pay, tenna otherwise they are 5 separate fingers, distinct from each other. Election aile ka te lagi yeta, jo kenna khawpacho time to. When it comes to eating, they are together. That's how opposition in Goa has always been. So I beyond the point, it is not possible for them to come together also. That's their problem. तुम्ही पहिली पॉलिसी काडची पडटली, कॉमन मिनिमम प्रोग्राम काडचो पडटलो आणि आमी ह्या पॉयंटाचेर आमी हे करता ते त्याच्या खातीर खूप काम जाय. You will have to sit together, you will have to, so many, are you willing to do the sacrifice? काही सीट्स जे तुमकां दिसता आपले निवडून येतले पळय ते सोडचे पडटले. आर दे विलिंग टू डू दिस सॅक्रिफायस? एज ही सेज, देर हॅज टू बी अन what is seen among opposition is dishonesty. So are they willing to give up their dishonesty? Are they willing to be honest to themselves first? Otherwise it is like coming.
Also, if I could just interrupt, see, the only tangible alliance that can happen, an alliance of like-minded people, is the Goa Forward and the Congress, because of the fact that Vijay was earlier a part of the Congress, and a lot of water has flowed under the bridge, and there's been a lot of talk. But it is the two parties need to meet, and there are different voices coming from the Congress with regard to this alliance. Though they have openly said that yes, it's a natural ally and we would like to do it, but the point is, Congress as a bigger party needs to take the initiative and close this. Because the more it almost seems that you are not sure, because when you keep the matter pending, then you are losing time. So if the Congress is also serious, because if every party says that we are going on their own, then there is no serious need to.
So one more factor which we have seen in Tamil Nadu and also West Bengal is young generation, and especially use of social media.
Yes.
Vijay Thalapathy was a star on social media. Vijay Thalapathy is also a film star. Now, whatever votes he has garnered is also because of his presence on social media. And as you said, in West Bengal, young voters decided. And when they decide, that means through social media there is some kind of awareness.
Correct.
As far as Goa is concerned, do you think a social media in this, and I am not talking about news channels, someone who can actually create difference through social media?
See, I doubt it, because of the fundamental nature of Goa and its politics. The constituencies are very small. The number of voters are very small. And what is important here is that if you have certain leaders who are willing to spend money, offer jobs, ensure that the welfare of people are taken care of, then it becomes extremely difficult. But there is a generation that is away from that generation. There are young people coming up, there are new voters coming in. I'm sure this can actually happen, but I feel that no party has seriously looked into it properly.
RGP started phenomenon when RGP phenomenon started before even they became a political party. It was through social media. First time you saw Manoj Parab was through social media. He fighting for the cause of Goa or whatever the who's Goikar sort of thing. So I think as far as Goa is concerned, because eventually RGP won a seat in the election. As far as Goa is concerned, this is possible.
See, social media in Goa would be effective only to a certain extent or a very little extent, not in great extent. कितें जाता सांगता गोंया सारक्या स्टेटीन कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी तितल्यो ल्हान आसा की ईच कॅन्डिडेट इज नोन टू एवरीबडी इन द कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी एंड हो म्हजें काम करतलो काय ना एका हांव वळखता सो सोशल मिडिया कॅनॉट चेंज युअर इमेज मच सी वी आर सोशल मिडिया वील ऑलवेज बी देर बट कॅन इट चेंज माय पर्स्पेक्टीव अबाउट यू आय डावट कित्याक हांव तुका हरशींच वळखता न्ही म्हजें काम तुजे कडेन जातलें काय ना तें म्हाका खबर आसा न्ही म्हजी पॉलिटिकल आयडिया सोशल मिडिया विल नॉट बी एबल टू चेंज न्ही सो यू मे बी एबल टू मेक great inroads in a sense you will be able to reach out to the people but will it translate into victory for you
with RGP it happened
RGP see
with the first election if I'm not
RGP kitle zale awareness see finally you are being launched awareness but after that what has happened thereafter they have contested around 3-4 elections दोन सेंटराची जाली दोन ही जाली have they breached that 10% bra जे कितें केला पळय तांच्यानी आयल्या पळय ते थंय त्याच हेचेर आसात ते on the contrary chances of they going down is more chances of they going up is very less
but
why
RGP
because manner in which they are playing their politics नी तांची जी सिटी कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी म्हणजे आय एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट इलेक्ट्रल कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी तांचे जे अपील जांकां जे वता पळय ते तितलेच ताच्या भायर ते वचूंक शकना अनलेस दे सिरियसली चेंज देअर पॉलिसी seriously change the way they work.
No, I'm not talking about RGP for the sake of RGP. I'm telling you that there was a phenomenon wherein if you want, if you decide, and if you push right through this social media, any political party or any politician can be famous.
I'll just take one. See, social media, whatever, it's an advertising ultimately. तुजो प्रॉडक्ट कसो आसा पळय ताचेरूच ते डिपेंड जातले तूं कितलेय बरें आपले ड्रिंक सगळ्यान बरें आसा येवन लोक पितले न्ही ते फाल्यां पिल्या उपरांत जर ते सारके लागले ना न्ही देन इट इज गोइंग टू बुमरँग इन अ व्हेरी
bad getting elected especially my question is because of young electorate.
See Rupesh, ultimately I go back to the word honesty. Whether it is RGP or anybody else, see the RGP of course came with a lot of hope during that time and people voted. Let us accept that RGP is not an all Goa party yet, okay? RGP for some reason appears to think that it has already occupied the full opposition space by winning one seat. And its relationship with other fellow opposition parties has been one of animosity, not friendship. If you see the way RGP keeps on attacking the Congress, keeps on attacking the Goa Forward, it almost seems that the RGP is fighting a battle first to defeat the opposition forces and then
No, my question was not about that. My question is RGP is an example.
Correct.
But that kind of thing can happen.
That kind of thing can happen only yes, there can be a youth mobilization properly, but that has to be on the bedrock of absolute honesty, and that opposition party must also, or that RG type opposition party must be willing to say that look, we have come in, but we will also work alongside other like-minded parties or strong parties. And get into a situation where we do not cut votes. Because the manner in which RGP cut votes in the last elections and helped BJP, this constant shadow of RGP being the B team of BJP continues to hang over the air. So that perception needs to go.
So there has to be a honest opposition to crack finally crack into the BJP's vote bank and get things right for them. Correct. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you Rupesh, for having
us. In fact, this debate was a little difficult in the sense that we are discussing the results of West Bengal, and correct. I think both of my panelists are well versed with results of West Bengal, and I made them to speak about Goa. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rupesh.
You're watching HubGajali on your favorite channel, Goa News Hub. Keep watching us.